Hey TikTok. So let's do Strats and Strat style guitars right now. What I've got here is something that's called a Kansas Strat style guitar. I think after doing research on this, I found out that it actually was made by Cort. And of course I use this in church a lot, so I dubbed it the Jesus Praiseworthy Caster. And not a bad guitar. The pickups could be a lot better. I could always replace them. But it's, you know, a budget Stratocaster style beginner guitar, but it plays really nice. The action's real good. Rosewood fretboard, wow. Probably an alder body. Could even be pine. It's really light, but plays really nice. It's a decent guitar. So that's a Kansas Strat style. Moving on. This is an actual Stratocaster. It's a Squier Strat. You know how much I love my Squiers. It's been highly modified. You can see right there. It's an actual Fender. Well, Squier by Fender, Stratocaster with a serial number and so forth. I can't speak today. I'm having a hard time. But anyway, there's the Squier plate and everything on the back there. Still left the truss rod cover plate on there. Love the finish of this. I bought this for myself for one of my birthdays. Of course, replaced it with some EMG passive pickups and repainted the headstock, repainted the pick guard, and also the knobs for that silver finish, just to give it a really pristine look. But it plays really nice. Rosewood fretboard, again, probably a pine or alder body. It's really light, but it's another great guitar. So another Strat style. Moving on. This is a Yamaha Pacifica that I made to look like Stevie Ray Vaughan's #1. And this was a lot of fun to do. I actually did the sunburst finish on this. Oops, spiderweb, sorry. Actually put the, made those letters myself for SRV. It's not exactly authentic, but it's passable. And it's a great guitar. I highly recommend these. Sealed tuners on the back there, Yamaha Pacifica, super guitar, another Strat style. Moving on. This was my attempt at a Edward Van Halen Frankenstrat or Frankenstein guitar. And this is actually a first act. I have no earthly idea what material this thing's made out of, but it looks like it's some sort of plastic. Take a look at that. Interesting. But it turned out really nice. I'm really pleased with the way that it plays. That is an Ibanez pickup right there. And again, the paint job is not that authentic, but it's close enough for jazz, I'd say. I still need to change the tuners in the back. These are budget tuners and they're terrible. But love this guitar. Love the way it plays. Certainly like the way that it turned out. It's another Strat style for you. Moving on. This is a project that I'm working on, have been working on actually for a couple of years, just can't stay with it. For my son, this is actually a Squier, made in China, but staying with the Van Halen theme, trying to do this original black and white, and we're working on that right now, but this is a decent guitar too, and it is a Squier. Bullet series. Moving on. Finishing up with my baby. That's right. This is probably a 1985, 1986 Squier Stratocaster. Oh, this thing is great. Authentic Fender tuners on the back. Squier logo. My daughter's name on the headstock. That's how much I like this guitar. It's, I believe they called this a contemporary Stratocaster back in the day. It's got the double single. I replaced a Godot locking trem on there. Of course, they don't have the locking nut on there anymore. That's a great tremolo system. And tilt on the neck right there, if you can see that. That little hole right there, that's for the neck tilt. This is a super guitar. I took this thing on the road, played a lot of gigs with it, bought it in Des Moines, Iowa back in, I want to say it was 86 or right around 87. Played the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo with this several times. Took it on tour, Kansas City, all along the West and Midwest. This guitar has definitely seen the road, and it sees a lot of church praise and worship right now. But there you go. That is Strats and Strat style guitars. Hope you enjoyed it. Like, share, and follow for more.